All right, YouTube, y'all should be able to see the phone number, the access code, and the link is in the description if you want to join in. So my co-host Kwame Remisu had brought it to my attention that somebody out there has the best evidence for God. So we had to get this brother on the show so that he could share that with us. And his name is Mind Made. Mind Made, are you here, sir?
Yes, sir, bro. Can you give me like 2 minutes?
I got you.
Not even two
So
minutes.
while he gets situated, I just want to remind everybody that this is a call-in show, so you can call in to participate. Anybody is welcome to call in. It don't matter if you agree or disagree with us. It's all about getting to the truth of things. So we value knowledge over belief. Maybe you don't. Who knows? Maybe you could change our mind. We are open to it. Only thing we ask is that you keep it respectful when you call in. We won't disrespect you, and you won't disrespect us. Cool? Cool. Also, this is an audio podcast. So, in addition to watching on YouTube, you can subscribe to the podcast wherever you get podcasts. You can use your smart speaker. You can listen on iTunes, Breaker, Spotify, all that good stuff. So, I want to know what y'all think about what Ray Hagins was talking about. You know what I mean? Ray Hagins was very instrumental in my conversion from religion and belief, even though he's not an atheist himself. The way that he as an ex-preacher, he knows the Bible a lot more than most people do. Somebody who is from that religion rather than somebody who's never been in it, because everybody can see the flaws in some religion that they don't believe in. The Christians think the Muslims are wrong, and the Muslims think the Christians are wrong. But it's real hard to see the flaws in your own religion. You know. And Shanti, I see you backstage. Okay, I got your message. She'll be
All right, I'm
on
ready,
when she.
bro.
All right. So first question for you, bro. We always ask the people that come in, what do you believe and why do you believe it?
Yeah, I believe that God is the balanced masculine and feminine forces of all things that exist. Um, I believe that we are all connected to that divine source. We were made in that image, male and female, which is the image of the Most High God, and that's in Genesis 1:27. So that's what I believe, and I believe that because that is the foundation of all the things I've seen and came to understand in my life. So like everything that I can see around me, that's in anything that I can see God in it. So it's deep like that.
Okay, so what about a stillborn baby? Where's the God in that? What's the point of it?
So God is in all things that's life. God is God living, not the God of the dead.
Say that one more time. You broke up a little bit. I didn't hear you.
God is the God of the living, not the God of the dead. So when you have an understanding of how God works, you don't blame God for when certain things happen. That's like it's so many different things that cause birth defects or cause kids to die at birth and things like that. And it's not always something that's in somebody's control, but sometimes it's something that's in people's control. It could be something that the parent's not doing right. It could be something that's going on with the health of the parent. It could be something that's going on with the fact that how the pregnancy went. It could be how the doctors delivered the baby. It could be all type of different things that cause babies to die, and it's not God's fault. Things happen how it's supposed to. We don't understand how souls work either. Like when you come into this world, you're coming into this world, and you're given a journey in a path to unlock who you are. And if you unlock who you are, then you have access to this divine source that we are all connected to. So before you get connected to that divine source, then you are not, part of that, that divine source or that connection that everybody else is. What that we supposed to be.
So basically, correct me if I'm wrong, but basically what I hear you saying is God is in all things unless those things are bad. So if they're bad, then God ain't got nothing to do with it, like death or stillborn baby or something, even if it's caused by something that the parent did. Or if it's not, it's just that if it's negative, God ain't got nothing to do with it. But if it's positive, then God's all over it. And I'm asking, like, what's the justification for you knowing that? Because I could say the opposite, and how will we know which one is true? Like, I could say God is responsible for all death, but he's not responsible for life. Now that I've said the opposite thing that you said, how do we determine which one of us is correct? Or how can you disprove what I just said?
Well, so like I said already in the beginning, God is the balanced masculine and feminine forces of all things that exist. That includes good and evil, positive, negative energy. That includes right and wrong, all the different things that exist with God. That includes all of that. I mean, just to make it more clear, because God is all of that, the balance of that, or anything unbalanced, is not of God. So that means that when there is an unbalance, that is not of God. And God, even if it's positive, if it's just, even if it's just positive alone, that's the act and function of somebody doing something positive. That's still their free will to do so. You know what I'm saying? That's not God. That's them doing it.
So I guess I don't understand, when does God come into it? If everything is just free will and humans doing stuff, then how is God doing it? So if I win the lottery, was that God or was that just me being lucky?
That was God.
So if I get hit by a bus, was that God or is that just me being unlucky?
That was God.
Okay, now we got some consistency. I will commend you on bringing up something that I have not heard any religious person bring up before, and that's something that I always ask: why don't y'all bring this up? And that is one word: balance. Because if there's anything that we know about the universe that is mysterious, is that there's this need or a force or whatever you want to call it that balances things out. You know what I mean? Atoms have to be balanced. If you spray air freshener into the room, the atoms will get equal distant apart in the process called diffusion. And everything just likes to be balanced. If it's not balanced, then it will balance itself out. It's called radioactivity. But I don't believe in a God, and I don't have a problem, believing in balance and not believing in a God. But I guess there's neither here nor there. But I just wanted to point that out, commend you for at least touching on something that I never heard anybody touch on from the religious standpoint. But on to the topic of tonight's episode, you said that you had the best evidence for God, right? We ready for it. We want to hear it. Because if God exists, we want to know, we want to know the truth. So the best evidence for God, you got the floor, sir.
Yes, the best evidence for God is Jesus.
That's it?
No, I mean, of course, it's go seem like basic, but if you follow how Jesus moved, walked, and was, and you see the people that he had a balance. If you have the balance of the masculine and feminine forces in you, and you move with that balance, then you will actually unlock the key and the way to be in this world. This divine awakeness, this oneness of mind. You feel me?
So is your belief in God dependent on the existence of Jesus? Let me ask
No,
you another way.
no, no,
If you found out that Jesus didn't exist, would you stop believing in God?
no, because Jesus wasn't the start of God. God was the start of all things, and then Jesus was part of that process.
So let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that God exists?
100.
And let's say, hypothetically speaking, in some other universe, if you were to find some evidence that convinced you that Jesus actually did not exist, how far on that scale of 1 to 10, would you be in 100? How far on that scale would you move as far as your confidence in God being real? If you found out tomorrow that Jesus didn't exist and you knew for a fact that he didn't exist, how far would that move your belief in God, or if at all?
Yeah, it wouldn't move it.
Okay, so if the existence of Jesus wouldn't move your confidence in God existing, I guess I got to ask, what else is there that makes you believe in God? Because you said the best evidence was Jesus, but we could throw Jesus out the window hypothetically, and you still believe in God 100 out of 10. So what else is there that's giving you all this confidence besides Jesus?
I mean, that's the thing. I know Jesus exists, so that's the thing. It's not. I mean, that's the evidence.
Yeah, but I'm asking like a hypothetical. If you found out that Jesus didn't exist, would that make you
if I
less
was to
confident?
find out, if I was to find out 2 plus 2 wasn't 4, I guess I would be like, hold on, let me think about that.
Hey, I'm back. Can y'all hear me?
Peace. That's Brother Kwame, everybody. Yeah, we can hear you. So let me fill you in, Kwame, on what happened while you was gone, just in case you didn't hear. He said he believed in that God is the balance of all things, the feminine and masculine forces of the universe. And I asked him what was the best evidence for God, and he said it was Jesus.
And I asked you, mine, was you a theist? You said no. So now you're saying that Jesus is the balance. How is a man a balance when he's not feminine either?
Well, I don't want to overwhelm you. You know what I'm saying? I asked him one question already, so I'm trying to get to.
Okay, yeah. Mine, you got it.
What I asked him was if we found out that Jesus didn't exist, like let's say hypothetically we invented time travel and somebody, or time viewing rather, because there's all these grandfather paradoxes when you travel back to the past and all this stuff, so you can affect the past and you might not exist if you do so. So let's just say we can see the past, not go there. Let's just say we have a machine that lets us see everything that happened in the past, and we go back to the time when Jesus was born, to Nazareth, and we try to view his life, and we find out through this time viewing machine that Jesus actually didn't exist in this hypothetical scenario. Would you still believe in God, and why? That's what I want to know. Besides Jesus, what makes you believe in God? Because he said that even if Jesus didn't exist, he would still believe in God. 100 out of, I said on a scale of 1 to 10, he said 100. So I'm wondering, what else is there that's giving you all of this confidence if we remove Jesus from the equation? So whenever you're ready, you can answer that. Kwame, what you think about it?
Well, like I said, because we even said, I know he probably said, hey, Kwame agreed with me that, that God could be the masculine and feminine balance of the universe and all this yada, yada, yada. I said, the only reason why I agree with you, because we can actually, it's demonstrable. You're actually presenting something that's demonstrable that I can observe, I can test, I can measure, and all this other stuff. But when you start talking about Jesus Christ and God incarnate, talking to people and getting pissed off because they ate an apple that he made and all this other shit, now you lose me when you do that. Because as an atheist, we can observe nature. If you're saying that God is nature, okay, cool. We're not disputing that. But when you're saying that this God is outside of nature and he created nature, you got to ask yourself this one: how did he create nature? Where did he come from? See what I'm saying? To create this. Like, what did he have prior to himself to create nature in order to be the creator of nature, if that makes sense? So mine, it's on you, bro.
Okay, so first, to answer the brother question, if I found out 2 plus 2 wasn't 4, if I found that out, I would still wonder what 2 plus 2 was. So with that being said, I would still recognize the Bible, because even Jesus had the Torah too, because the Torah came before Jesus. So the original text from our ancestors, I would still hold tight to that, and that recognizes who God is still to this day. So
basically, if you found out that Jesus didn't exist, you would just be a Jew instead of a Christian.
No,
Is that what you're saying?
I'll be a child of God.
Well, technically, if God exists, we would all be child of God, right?
Exactly.
So you found out, you would look at a time viewing machine and you saw in the past and you found out, whoa, Jesus didn't exist. They made him up from the life of a whole bunch of other people. They just meshed these lives together and made this new character, this Johnny come lately, and named him Jesus Christ. He never was a real person. And now, if hypothetically, if you came to know that as a fact, you say you still believe in God because of the Jewish Torah. Well, what about all the other religious books? You know, their Torah wasn't the only religion out there. You got the Zoroastrians, you got the Hindu Vedas, and most of the stuff in the Old Testament, I don't know if y'all haven't read it or not, but it don't speak too good about God. God, you know, he killing everybody, he smiting everybody. He says it's okay to have slaves, get your slaves from the heathens around you, all this stuff. So, I mean, if I was going back then, that wouldn't be the type of religion that I would want to, you know, probably be a part of. But I mean, that's your prerogative. You got the right to choose whatever religion you want to choose.
Did he leave?
Yeah, I think he did.
Oh man, see that? Okay,
He came back.
Cool. Hey, mine. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, brother. When you
He's back.
talk about natural things and you're equating natural things as God, I'm with you on that. As an atheist, but as well, that's why I asked you, was you a theist? But when you,
But
but hold on,
the thing about that is, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Kweli, but when you're talking to my host, my main host, Kweli, you're coming off as a theist to us as atheists. When we're like, if you're saying, well, God is universe or everything in creation or whatever, we can't debunk creation. But when you start talking about this God as an individual that speaks to people and shit like that, that's where you lose us. That's where our skepticism comes in at. Thank you, baby. Go ahead, Mike. You got it.
What loses me when people try to equate God to natural things, I guess I just don't understand why you do that. You know what I mean? Because if that's the case, that's equivalent to saying God don't exist, because we know the universe exists. Like, we know nature is real. Whatever you want to define real as, like, we all agree that the sky appears to be this hue that we call blue. You know, we all agree on that. So we can pretty much say that that's a fact, that the sky appears to be blue from where we're standing most of the time of the day. But when you say that because the sky is blue, God, that's where you lose me. You know what I'm saying? Because like that don't equate to me.
And Kweli, not only that, man, that's why I was saying, like, when he's talking about things that are in a tangible nature, that's demonstrable, I can be in agreement with him, because I'm basically, my logical mind is analyzing, like, oh, he's talking about something in nature. He's talking about something like a tree could be God, like, to him, you know what I'm saying? So I can't debunk a tree if it's God to him. So that's why that's why, like, earlier when we had like a little pre-discussion before the show, I was like, bro, when you talk like that, when you say, oh, God is in everything, or he's a tree, okay, I'm not gonna, I can't discredit you for that. But when you start talking about this guy saying what people want to do and all this stuff, that's where you lose me. You know what I'm saying? As an atheist, you know what I'm saying? As a person that's a skeptic, you know what I'm saying? Or atheist, whatever you want to call me. Sheeta, do you have anything to say on this topic? I know mine probably busy, because mine is a busy brother. He got that little radio show he doing, so I already know.
She said she was kind of doing something in the background, but she was listening in, and she gonna chime in when she get through doing what she doing.
Okay, mine. What you got to respond to Kweli? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I brought you to like I told you, I said I brought you to an OG, Kweli Kush, man. I told you, when you come on this show, you're gonna be challenged, bro. So go ahead.
My mate, are you there?
Yeah. So, bro, first off, God made the laws. God made all of that. I don't know why people get away from the understanding that like the God created a divine order of all things that exist. So once you step out of that order, that's on you. So it don't really matter what you believe or not. You know what I'm saying? So you go see, firsthand the evidence of God, because all God put in all these actions that everybody discovered is right here in our face. Like every action has a reaction. That concept comes from God. God created that. So we can act like we creating shit, but God already created it before we put a name on it.
How you know that?
Because we wouldn't be able to put a name on it if it didn't exist.
So anything that exists had to be created. That's what you think?
Yeah.
So who created God? God exists.
No, you right. You right. And that's why I would like to say that anything outside of God was created.
So God, that's called special pleading. And you saying basically
No,
heads
that's
I
not,
lose, heads
because
I win,
everything
tails you
comes from
lose.
God.
You saying
No,
heads I win,
everything
tails
comes
you
from
lose.
God. If I'm saying everything
I
comes from
get you.
God, that's different.
Yeah, you saying everything comes from God, but I asked you, I said anything that exists has to be created, and you said yeah. So we can rewind, we can go back. So anything that exists has to be created. Is that what you're saying?
No, you're right. I was thinking you was talking about energy, and energy can't be created, and that was my fault for saying that.
Okay. So we can go to that point. Energy. If energy can't be created, then how could God create it?
No, God has always existed, and God didn't create energy. God created the things that's physical that God put God's energy into. So God's energy is the balanced masculine and feminine energy, and that energy is put into all things that we see in the physical realm. So everything in the physical realm was created by God, but everything that is like, that functions in the physical realm is functioning through the energy that the Most High God is giving it. So without the Most High God, it wouldn't have the energy that it has.
So I guess I would ask you, is there anything that exists that is not physical?
Yes, the Most High God.
So the Most High God is the only thing that exists that is not physical, correct?
Well, everything that comes from the Most High God that is like for example, the balanced masculine and feminine energies that come from God. For example, we got separate energies like jealousy, love, hate, compassion, all these different energies that work, and they got certain energy. They either feminine or masculine, and they all come from the Most High God. God is the balance of them though. So God has a balance of them all. So all of them is coming from the Most High God, and they're not physical energies. They are, still coming from the Most High God. They are separate energies that are coming from God. So you just like you got positive and then you got negative energy that's coming from the Most High God. So, but God is the balance of that positive and negative. But when you get it onto the earth, certain things take shape in the form of these different energies that come from God, whether it's masculine or feminine. Just like us as humans, we were made in the creation aspect as man, and women were made in the feminine aspect from man. And that's why women come out with the feminine quality body image of God, and man come out with the masculine quality body of the image of God. So the image of God is still the male and female, but it's based upon the actual content of what God was acting in as God was creating what God was creating at each time. So yeah, and what energy God was working in, acting in. So
Okay. I'm a little lost. I might call me if you want to come in. You can come in because I got a little confused. Because when I use words, I tend to use the textbook definition, and you threw me off when you started calling jealousy energy and all that stuff because that's not what energy means. Energy. The textbook definition is the ability to do work. But then you said something about woman coming from man, and that threw me off too because I don't really believe in Adam and Eve. Matter of fact, I know for a fact that there was never a time where there was only one man and one woman on the planet Earth. Rather, humans evolved over a period of about six
I ain't
million
say that
years
either.
through evolution. Well, you said woman came from man.
Well, yeah, that's a whole different
It,
concept though. So
but that's not
even
that's
so
not how
even
it worked.
no, so
So
hold
that's
on, let
why I
me
was,
so the first thing you said was jealousy. Jealousy is a concept that is something that we feel. And that's an energy that we feel that's inside of us that already exists, and it comes from the Most High God. And we don't understand it correctly, so sometimes it comes off as a bad thing, and it can be used with an unbalance.
Real quick, man. Don't you think that's like a kind of like a social construct though? Like jealousy,
Well,
envy.
however you want to take
That's kind of like a social construct that humans
I mean,
created.
I'm only giving you the understanding that,
Okay,
that
okay,
I
explain.
have, and that
Okay,
understanding
explain.
comes from God.
All right, go ahead, bro.
All right, so yeah, so what I was just saying, like, once you have a balance of these understandings, then you recognize, like, jealousy is a defense mechanism to help you understand what something is going on that you do not agree with, that's not okay for you, or make you feel like you're not being appreciated or something like that in that concept. So then the next thing that you were saying, though, with Adam and Eve, the creation story in the Genesis is actually way much older than what it seems to be. It comes from the ancient Sumerian text, and in the ancient Sumerian text, it has a different story, but it's a little bit more detailed. And in that story that was written, the Anunnaki did come, the Elohim, however you want to put it, that's just the concept that they called God at that time, came to this planet from however you want to put it, but from the different studies I've done throughout different cultures and different understandings, there was a energy that existed, Elohim, that came to this planet, and the different energies that came with this divine source, this Most High God, worked onto the lands, like the different forces, like water, fire, air, everything that you can think of, all work through these different concepts.
How do you know it was Elohim?
Oh no, well, the concept is the many gods. So Elohim is a term for many gods. So
But
however
I
you
thought
want to
there was
take it.
only one God according to the scriptures.
No, but that's the thing. That's why I said I understand it differently than what the text is saying. So it's like it is only one God, because the text, that the Sumerian text, is referencing the different aspects of the Most High God, but the Most High God is still one entity. The duality, which is the balanced masculine and feminine forces. So that duality is plural, but the concept of that is balance. So that's coming from a whole different concept. But the different energies that came down, that worked onto the earth, it was a whole concept of that. But in the physical concept of it, there was some members of something called the Igigi, coming from some people called the Anunnaki, and they end up revolting against the Anunnaki because they didn't want to work on the land. And then
So how do you feel about the theistic version of God?
well, let me get
All right, go
the
ahead,
brother
bro.
let me
Go
get
ahead,
the
bro.
brother question answered though. So like when it came down to it, they revolted. Allah was one of the members of the Igigi, and he revolted against the Anunnaki, and was he lost, and him and the people that were the other Igigi members that were part of them deities, them gods, the lower gods, they were sacrificed to bring forth the first humans, and they were made. It was the womb goddess and Enlil, or Inky, and he actually, what happened was they created 7 female and 7 male human beings, and what they did was they had them work on the land, and when what happened was they said, okay, they needed more of them, and they also seen that they couldn't procreate. So what they did was they took the DNA from these 14 male and female entities, and created what you would call the woman. The woman what came from them, from the DNA. And if you look in the story of Genesis, mankind was created in Genesis chapter 1, and then woman was created. Mankind, not just one person, mankind was created in Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. And then in Genesis chapter 2, then woman was formed from the man, from the DNA of the man, from the cells of the man. So when it comes to that, then we can recognize that the story is matched up equally. So the woman comes from the man, and then also women cannot produce cannot pass down the Y chromosome. So a woman can never produce a man at all. That's biological. So
I have to strongly disagree with you on that. First of all, I'm reading Genesis chapter 1:27. It says, "And male and female, he created them." So I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that point. And two,
No,
when
no. What you talking about,
did
bro? How is that
I'm
disagreeing with
reading
what
right
I'm
now
saying?
is
Hold
the
on,
New
man. Hold on,
International
man.
Version. I'm reading from the Bible. I'm not
No, I'm
telling you
saying
what I
how is that
believe. I'm just telling
disagreeing
you
with
what
what
the
you're saying?
Bible says.
Mine. Let him talk like we do on your show.
No.
I can only.
Bro, hold on. I'm trying to figure out I'm asking him like
Okay,
how is
I'm
that
gonna explain it to
disagreeing
you
with what I'm saying? Yeah.
because you said that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you said that God in Genesis chapter 1:27 said He created mankind, and then later on He created the
Yeah.
woman. But I'm reading in Genesis chapter 1:27, male and female, He created them. So that's why I say I have to disagree with you on that because the Bible disagrees with you on that. And then furthermore, I want to know when did it change? So because right now, I ain't never known a
Can you hear
man to
me?
give birth. I only known women to give birth to men, not the other way around. So I'm asking, when did it change? When did women all of a sudden start creating men? If that was the way that it started out, was man creating woman? When did it flip over? And why didn't we read about that in our history books?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, man. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
yes,
bro.
sir.
Okay, bet. So this is what I want to do. I'm about to read this to you because I'm about to show you what I'm talking about. Because sometimes you got to study stuff. So when you in the original Hebrew text, the word that's used in Genesis 1:27, it says, "So God created man," and the word "man" that's used right there is the word it's H2. I'm sorry, it's H120. If you want to look it up in the concordance, it's the word Adam, and this word right here means mankind, human beings, mankind. And then listen. This is
Okay.
another part. So we have to understand this as well. This mankind that's being created is this is Adam being created right here. And it says that God made mankind in his own image, in the image of God created him, him, male and female, he created them, meaning that God created mankind in the image of God. And what image did God create mankind in? The image that God created mankind in was male and female, because that's the image of God. And that image is male and female, which is the masculine and feminine forces that I was speaking of. That's all it is. So when you recognize that the image of God is the masculine and feminine forces, then you recognize that God made mankind in that image, male and female first. Now, this is the dope part about it. When you actually look into science, then you can kind of get the concept of there was a possibility that, yeah, at one point in time, man probably did had a XY chromosome. And if they had XXY chromosomes, then that means that they actually could have been male and female like with the masculine, with masculine and feminine qualities in one person. And then
So
when God, no, hold on, listen. And when God actually took the cell and took the DNA or took the X,
Okay. So,
then
mine.
you
So
could have,
this is where you losing us right at.
hold on, let me
All right,
land my
go
plane.
ahead, bro.
Let me lend it.
you
If
can let him
God
finish. Let him
took the
finish.
if God took the if the original chromosome set was XXY and the mankind that was created, their chromosome set was XXY, and God took one of the X's, created the woman, and when they procreated, they started to create either the XY or the XX that we see today, which is man being XY and women being XX. So and then today women cannot produce cannot pass down the Y chromosome, so they can never produce a boy by themselves without a man. So it will not be possible for a man to come from, out of a woman without another man. So that's all that is.
So what I'm getting from that is Adam is a hermaphrodite.
Oh no, that's what you just said. Like, but I'm saying like that. Adam most
Well,
likely
I'm
would have
asking, is
had.
that what you're
Let me
saying?
ask you a
Yeah.
question.
Adam would have definitely
Let me ask
had
you a
most
question,
likely
man.
had a XXY chromosome set.
Hold on, man. Let me ask you a question. Does everybody that ever existed on Earth have a navel?
Bro, I don't know, bro. What you mean?
Like, if you
Good answer. Good answer.
if you have everybody that was created on Earth should have a navel, right? If you come from if you're a human, you should have a navel, right?
I mean, that should be that you should, yeah.
Right. Adam has a navel. Where did he come from?
Well, apparently he don't have a navel, and he's a hermaphrodite.
Can you hear me?
So we learning things. I can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
no.
man.
So, all right. So, just ask your question one more time so I can answer. Right.
So everybody on Earth has a navel. So
Oh yeah, that was your question. That was your question. I
yeah,
remember.
yeah. Okay, so Adam is the only one that you know that does not have
Yeah,
a
no,
navel.
bro. No. First off, you do not have any picture of Adam's belly button. So,
Actually, we do. Actually, we do
no, you
have
don't,
pictures of
brother.
Adam. We have.
Bro, okay.
It's an artist rendering. Yeah.
Hold
Okay,
on.
I get
Hold
you.
on. First off,
Mine. Look,
wait a minute.
as an honest
Just
brother, as
no.
an
Hold on. Be
atheist.
real.
Ding,
Bro,
ding,
if
ding,
you
ding,
had a
ding. One at a time.
All right, my bad. If you had a picture of Adam in his belly button, bro, why do we argue about religion at all at this point?
Right.
This
If
is being
Adam
clear
don't, if
understanding.
we don't have a
Bro, we
picture
wonder
of
that
Adam,
we wonder that every day. Why are we still talking about this?
No, I'm just saying. He said he got a whole picture of Adam, and
But
like
if
that's
okay, let
evidence,
me jump in
bro.
right
That's
quick.
whole
If
evidence.
that's your criteria for evidence, you said that we got a picture. Then why we talk about it? Then how did you
No,
find out
I'm
the
saying
DNA that he
bro.
got an XY
Listen,
chromosome and
he
all that?
said
Because the Bible don't say nothing about no chromosome and all that.
no.
That's
I'm
something
not
that you
saying
put on.
that. That's not what I'm saying, bro. What I'm saying, I just brung out just biological understanding. Well, what I'm saying is this. He just said he has a whole picture. Like, I don't know if he got a Kodak picture or if it's if it's like
I
for what
believe
kind of camera he was using.
in his defense, I believe he's talking about paintings. Whenever Adam
Okay,
is
there we go. Okay,
depicted,
but he doesn't have an
whenever
actual
Adam is
picture.
depicted, he has a navel.
Right,
Well, we
because
know the
somebody's
camera didn't
ignorant,
even exist back
somebody
then.
ignorant, somebody ignorant to not understand how the creation story of Adam worked and to understand that if Adam was created in that way, he most likely wouldn't have been born with a belly button or
right?
made with a
So,
belly
so
button.
this is what you need to ask yourself too. If this Adam character did not have a navel, and this woman had a navel, where did he come from?
Who said she had one?
See them. That's exactly. So exactly. If Adam and
What?
Eve
What did
did,
you
hold on, check
say?
this out. If Adam and Eve did not have a neighbor, who are we created by? If nobody has a neighbor,
The
why do
Most
we?
High God, bro.
So the Most
Okay,
High
so let me
God.
explain. Okay, let me
So he.
explain what I just
Hold
said.
on, time out,
Eve and Adam had
time
kids.
out. Mine,
Okay, go ahead.
mine, mine. If this Most High God created two people with no neighbor, why the fuck do we have a neighbor, and where did they come from? That's my thing.
Okay, now, so let's make this make sense. So now, Adam, mankind, were a group of men who came and they originally had the XXY chromosomes. This is
Where did
my
they
theory.
come? Mine.
Hold on.
Where
This
did
is
they come from? Mine. Okay.
hold on. Listen, this is my theory that I'm tossing out there that I'm just want you to that we about to make sense of based on what you're talking about. So what I'm saying is Adam, which is mankind, was a group of men who had XXY chromosomes. And what happened was they were
Hold on,
male.
man. You said a
Hold on,
group.
listen,
All
listen,
right,
listen,
go, bro. Because
listen.
you said a
They
group of
were of
men.
male, listen. They were of male and female you know, concepts. And they were like, that's why today you might have men that say they was born like thinking they women. No, they were just born more feminine than masculine. And you got
Man, that's
men,
bullshit.
you don't have, okay, that's fine. You got that's born more masculine than feminine. And then you also have a balance in between the both that you supposed to have if you're a human being in general. Now, women were created from them, and they are the balance of the both, and they are a woman, a whole separate entity, and woman was created separately. No belly buttons or none of that because they wasn't created through the process that we about to talk about when God took the X from the man to create the woman, and then the woman was the X, and then you actually had the man who would actually sleep with this woman now. And now
Okay,
when they sleep
mine.
together,
Time out.
hold on, listen, hold on. I'm almost done.
Can you take a time
I
out
got
flag
you.
on the play right quick?
No, listen, I
All right,
got you.
bro. All right, bro. Because I gotta ask you about. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Let me just land it. When they at the end, when they actually sleep together now, they produce these kids that's either XX or XY, and they get this process that we see today where they come through the mother and grow in the mother, and then they get produced, and when they come out, they got the umbilical cord, and they, you know what I'm saying, and the you know, they got all they, you know, the afterbirth and everything. So, you know.
So
That's how that works.
that's true for humans, and that's true for all other mammals. That's true for elephants and whales, because they give birth the same way humans do, you know. So if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Because the Bible don't say nothing about that. You know, I mean, you did say that this was your own theory, you know, I give you credit to that. But, you know, when I'm reading the Bible, and I want everybody else to take the time to open up their Bibles or go to BibleGateway.com and type in Genesis 1:27 and tell me what do y'all get out of that? Do y'all agree that Adam was a hermaphrodite, or does the Bible simply create mankind twice,
No, that
male
don't
and
mean
female? Because that's
hermaphrodite
what I
though.
get.
No, but see the
No,
thing is,
X, X no, 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 X,
I'm
no,
being
no, no,
facetious. I'm being
X,
facetious
no,
with the
no,
hermaphrodite stuff.
XXY the chromosome set don't make you a hermaphrodite.
actually it
But you,
does.
that's the way you
No, it
said
does
it.
not.
The way
It
you
does
said
not,
it.
bro. You can
The
look
way
up. You
you
can look
said
it
it,
up
bro.
right now. People that's born with XXY chromosomes are not hermaphrodites, bro.
Yeah,
Some it
I
might be
got
some.
a
It might be
cousin
some.
that is,
It might
man,
be some.
and
It might
I
be some
hate to
people
say
that might
this
be
shit.
no. It might be some people that's
Look,
considered hermaphrodites that might have that structure, but that structure itself does not mean that you are a hermaphrodite. You could be a whole man and have a XXY chromosome system.
That's not why I was saying
that's not
hermaphrodite. I was saying hermaphrodite because the way you described it, you said that God made Adam. He didn't make a woman. He made Adam, and then you said he made
Yeah,
mankind, a group of
mankind. He
mankind,
made
male
mankind.
and female.
All right, he
But
made mankind male and female, and that's in Genesis 1:27. He made mankind in the image of
okay.
God,
So
in the
in
image of
order,
Himself,
so
and the
okay.
image that God made man in was
All
male
right,
and
so
female.
man, so right now we got 9 months of gestation, right? We got the gestation period when it comes to pregnancy, right? So Adam and Eve were created from where? If you can basically tell the audience that the thousand people that's watching, Adam and Eve was created from where? Because you have to have 9 months of gestation, or no, three. Okay, so you got 3 trimesters, you got 9 months of gestation. Adam and Eve came from where? They just came from dirt and a rib. That what you saying?
well, according to the Bible, we can't hear you, mind, if you're talking. You are muted.
Oh, okay,
But
no, no,
according to
no.
the Bible, that is
So,
what it say.
so now, I don't know what you were trying to say, but yes, the Most High God created mankind in the
From
image of of
from
the Most High
where?
God.
That's what I'm asking you. That's why I'm asking. That's why I've been wanting
So
to
they,
ask you.
so
Because like I said,
I'm
mine.
trying to
Hold on,
tell you.
mine. Let me speak. Like when I'm in
You
your
so funny.
live.
How you gonna ask me a
No,
question and
time
then
out,
say let me
mine.
speak?
Time out, mine. Don't do that. Because you know when I'm in your lives, I respect your live. I respect your channel. But when you're over here at the Atheist Church, we got to ask these questions. So you saying that a man came from dirt, fully grown human being. A woman came from a rib of that dirt, fully grown, no navel. How was they created?
Okay, so even though you just said it, Adam was created from the dust of the ground, and Eve was created from the salah of Adam, which is the rib, which it actually means cell chambers or cells. And that
But
means
it said God cut Adam open. He put him to sleep. He gave him a roofie, put him to sleep, gave him one.
he didn't give him a roofie.
It's something. Look, nigga, you gon' look, mine. You cannot come to my house and put me to sleep and not take my kidney out and I me not feel it, bro. Come on.
No, he caused him to fall into a deep sleep.
How
Okay.
did, okay, so how did God do that?
A
The
divine
Bible does
roof.
not tell you how he did it.
He can't tell you because it's against the law.
Okay.
We joking, man. We joking. But
No, I mean I get it. I get the joke because Bill Cosby tip. But yeah,
right.
no. But no, tell me what point you trying to make or what question you got? Like,
Okay,
cause
so the point I'm trying to make is if both were not made from any XY or
you
XYZ
got an echo.
chromosome. Yeah, I do. Hold on one second. Let me unplug real quick.
I want to jump off subject. Kwame, you gonna come right back in with what you was about to
Yeah,
say? Because I'm
I'm
gonna
here.
just make a tangent right quick
I know
about
why I
something
got
that
an
was
echo.
said. Hold
I know
on,
why I got an
because this shit kind of irks me, man, and I don't know why people believe that, man. But mine, I hope you don't believe that. But let me know if you do. And like I said, this is off subject. We're gonna let
No, you
Kwame
know
come
I
back
don't
in and get
believe
us
that
back on
shit.
track. But I want to know, and I want to know why people believe that somebody can be born thinking they're a man or thinking they're a woman. Y'all actually believe that stuff? Y'all think that people can be born a woman in a
Yeah,
man's
no, no,
body?
no, no,
Like,
no, no. That's you misunderstood what I was saying. No,
okay,
not born believing that you a man or a woman, but when you got people that's like that, that think that shit, is that they could possibly have been born more in touch with their feminine side, and then when they around women often, and they might be raised by women and shit, it make it more of
yeah,
a
but
situation,
that's not the
especially if
same thing,
they
though. You know
get
what I'm saying?
encouraged to
That's
if no, I'm saying
it
some
comes
people
down
get
to
encouraged.
yeah, it comes down to like they call it nature versus nurture. Are you born like this, or was you bred to be like this? You know what I'm saying? And I think it's 100% nurture. I don't think nobody's born. Show me a child that's thinking about sexual orientation, and I'd show you a child that's born gay or straight. Kids don't come out thinking about that. It's all the stuff that we got to learn through our lives. But I just want to throw that off because that shit it bothers me when people say I'm a man trapped in a woman's body. I'm a woman. No, the fuck you ain't. You just gay as hell. But anyway, Kwame, the
I'm
floor is on you,
crying.
bro. Kwame, you there?
Yeah, tap in, bro. I'm gonna tap out in about 10 minutes.
Kwame, I can't hear you, sir. He must have stepped away. All right, mine. Since you about to check out, I still want to get to the bottom of this evidence for God thing, okay? Because you on the line with two atheists right now, and you got the chance to convert us into believers. You know what I mean? So if you, I guess I don't know if you do or not, but if you care if other people find the grace of God and make it to the happy kingdom in the afterlife, you got a chance right now to convert two non-believers who don't believe in God and present your best evidence. Now, you said it was Jesus. So I don't believe Jesus actually existed, you know what I mean? And I don't like to just blatantly tell people, Jesus didn't exist because they don't accept that well. So basically
Hey,
I take you down the path that I went down, just ask you like questions like, when was Jesus born? For example, what year was he born?
that none of that disproves God. But did you want me to like? Because first off, the thing is, everybody believes in God. The problem
Not
is,
me.
you said what?
Not me.
Okay, I mean that's the thing. But everybody believes in God. But a lot of people are in denial. And so what happens is they try their hardest to prove God wrong, and it's like so easy to understand that you can't prove God wrong. So it's just that they get stuck in this whole prove that God right type of concept, and it's like you don't have to because like they already know that God is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I say that God is the balanced masculine and feminine forces of all things that exist, people know that's true. And so what happens is they can't deny that or argue that. That's why Brother Kwame yesterday he said, bro, he's like, bro, if you believe that God is the balanced masculine and feminine forces of all things that exist, though I can't deny that. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I can say that. I can say that's God. You know what I'm saying? And so if that means he's not an atheist because he's smart. He can believe it. And even
But that's
atheists,
how you
no, no,
define God.
no. But
That's
the
what
thing is, a lot of atheists become agnostic because they don't even want to call themselves atheists because they like, okay, well, even if you study the Big Bang, it points toward a source of creation that existed before it, and that source
people who
of creation has always existed, and that is God, that energy, that divine balance, masculine, feminine forces, that God energy has always been here, and it has expanded itself all the way into what we see today.
So basically, I'm gonna have to push back a little bit because you said that smart people call themselves agnostic. No, dumb, scared people call themselves agnostic because they too scared to say that God don't exist because they trying to hold, it's like a Pascal's wager type of thing. They're trying to hold some space, but just in case there is a God that nobody discovered on another planet somewhere, we ain't gonna say he don't exist. But an agnostic and an atheist is really the same thing if you look at the definition. An atheist lacks belief, and so does an agnostic. They don't actively believe that there is a God. So an agnostic and an atheist is not that far off. But secondly, you said something about the Big Bang. The Big Bang does not describe a creation event. It describes an expansion event. It don't say where this thing that expanded came from, or if it came. We don't know if the universe always existed. Did it come into existence? The answer to that question is we don't know. So that's not an argument for God, saying that there's a creation. And if anybody uses that as an argument for God, that's how you know they're scientifically illiterate and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So then you say that Kwame was an atheist, and wasn't an atheist because he said he agreed with you. But I'm telling you right now, I had many conversations with Kwame. We on the air together like this every week. And when he said he agreed with you, he's saying that what you're talking about exists. The balance. I told you that when you got on here, that what you're talking about exists. That balance does exist. Now, if you want to call that God, if that's what you're calling God, then I'm not an atheist. But you take it a step further. You say Jesus, the Bible, and all this extra shit. Now I'm an atheist because I don't believe that stuff. So you say God is Kweli, Kush, pinky toe. Well, guess what? I'm not an atheist because I believe in my pinky toe. If that's how you want to define God, then I'm not an atheist. But when we say we're atheists, we're talking about in the most common sense that people say God. When they talk about the creator of the universe, we do not believe in that. I don't see a need for a universe to have been created. And like I said again, the Big Bang does not describe a creation event. It only describes the expansion.
So I think I can help y'all right here. So Red Pill, you there? All right.
I think
so
he's still
stuck. All right, bet. So let me say this real quick then. You just said that if God is the balanced masculine and feminine forces of all things that exist, you're not an atheist because that's God. Bet. Cool. Let's keep that. Boom. Now, you said evidence. Boom. Kwame say he's God and God is within him. Boom. That same thing Jesus said. Boom. That's the only reason why I said that, that's the evidence is Jesus. But hey, Kwame said he's the evidence. He can use himself as evidence, and I let him use himself as evidence that God exists. So we got evidence that God exists through Kwame. So now that's evidence that God exists without using Jesus. But I tried to give you a different one, but you didn't want it. And so now, but now we have to recognize that if you and Kwame both agree that God is the balanced masculine and feminine forces of all things that exist, then we can recognize that as the source. And even Jesus said, I come in my Father.
Hold on. I got to cut you off, bro, because I think you misheard what was said. I didn't say that I agree that God was that. I said I agree that this balance exists. And if you want to call that God, then okay, I believe in your God, because you choose to call something that already exists a God. Just like I made the analogy, if you want to call my pinky toe God, my pinky toe exists. It's real. I can touch it. So if you want to call my pinky toe God, I don't choose to do that. But if you want to call my pinky toe God, then I believe in the God that you believe in because I believe in my pinky toe. So if you want to say balance in the universe is God, then cool. But balance can't create something. And then you talk about Jesus. You don't know that Jesus said that. All you got is a book that said Jesus said that. You're using hearsay, which is not even admissible in the court of law. So I don't see how it can be admissible in the cosmic realm of truth in the universe. But Kwame, you ready? I heard you trying to interject. If you want to come in.
Mine, yeah, because I agree with you on what you were talking about, the masculine and feminine forces of the universe being God. I didn't agree with you, but however, when you try to add human attributes to this God you're talking about, that's what pulls me back. Like, bro, I was with you until you saying God said this and this God said that and he wants us to do this and he got pissed off behind an apple and the snake. I'm like, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, if you want to, like he said, if you want to call a tree God, you want to call my fireplace God, you want to call my whatever, my car God, yeah, we can't dispute that. We're talking about things we can't. We're talking about things that y'all can't prove that we can dispute, because the only reason why we can dispute it is because it does not exist. And so his pinky toe, Kweli's pinky toe exists. It didn't get shot off in the Harlem Nights. It's still there. So, mind, you got to understand when you're saying, mind, hold on. When you're saying these things, he's a balance and maximum and infinite force, and then you start going into saying, well, God said the Most High want us to do this. Now that's where you lose people. You got to understand, bro. What you're saying, you actually lose people. You confuse people
And
because
I'm gonna
people,
have to
go ahead,
say
bro.
that you need to do a little bit more research because I give you another point for doing some research because most believers don't do any. They just know their Bible, but at least you research the original text. So if you
That's
got the
why I
sense
said,
to
Kweli, he's not a theist. He's really not a theist. Like I thought he was a theist, but he's not.
if you got sense enough to research the original text in original language, then you need to research when these later texts was written and by whom. Because when you do that, you will find out that most of that stuff that Jesus said, he didn't fucking say it. They just added that shit in like the year 450 or some shit to make it seem like Jesus said the shit. But how the fuck would they know 400 years later what Jesus said?
Hey, mind,
See,
I
so
told you, I told you.
one ear and out the other, man. I don't want to care nothing about what Jesus said unless you can prove that he said it, and you can't. So that
So,
can't be proof of God. I could
Mind,
say
so
Jesus didn't say none of that, and the Bible is fake because I got a holy book that was written 2 years before every book in the Bible, and it says the opposite of the Bible says. So which book you gonna believe? If all we got is the book, then it's just hearsay. You need extra biblical evidence. That's what we come into science with DNA and fossil records and all that, which blatantly disproves every story in the Bible when you do that. So, you know what I'm
and
saying?
mind, and mind. Hold on, Kweli.
Evidence for
And
God, man.
mind, yeah, mind. I told you. You thought when I was a part of the Armor Raw squad, Team Osiris, Kweli Kush was your worst. I'm just saying. I'm saying it because we boys. But Kweli,
bro, I got
hold
muted.
on, hold on. Kweli Kush is your worst nightmare, bro. On that's why I brought you onto this show because I look Tazariak won't even come on Kweli Kush show. Was when I mentioned Tazariak, he said, "What platform we on?" Tazariak back down. I got Tazariak's phone number right now. Tazariak would not come on Kweli Kush's live because Kweli Kush exposed them. So when I told Tazariak, "Hey, we on Kweli Kush, we on Atheist Church," Kweli Tazariak back down. I'm not just saying it because I'm not dick riding or anything. But I'm just saying, bro, that's what made me come more into my atheism because of this man. And I even told him in a text message like a couple of years ago, "Hey, bro, the reason why I'm an atheist is because of you, because I watched your shit. Because I was still on the fence. Mind, you're on the fence. Yes, you got sense. You're not a theist, and I'm proud of you for not being a theist. But bro, you're giving credibility to theism versus your own original divinity. That's why we don't understand. You're giving credit.
Shanti,
Go ahead, man. I'm gonna mute my mic.
you are unmuted, Shanti. You can speak.
Hold on 1 second, Kweli. But that's what I'm saying. Mind, you a smart ass fucking dude, and I'm telling you that on our show. You a genius. That's why I gave you credibility for look, Kweli Kush. Like you can you hear me? Kweli, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
This brother right here, my main, he had the Hebrews running. This brother can make a Hebrew Israelite run from his show. I've been on this brother's show. He had the Hebrews running, bro. Mind Made Radio, subscribe to him. But this brother had, I don't still understand. Like, bro, you got the Hebrews running Tazaria. He had Tazaria, Katazak. What's that nigga? What's the other dude name? The General Yohana. All them niggas ran out of his room because they couldn't handle him. But I don't understand why he still hold on to a Christian doctrine when you actually did your job against the Hebrews. I don't understand that shit. I'm gonna mute my mic.
My man, you can unmute yourself whenever you're ready. I'm gonna go ahead
So
and unmute you
I'm
now.
gonna be real. I'm gonna be real, bro. Because like I gotta tell you the truth. It's the fact that everybody understands this, that really knows the truth. If you really know the truth, the one truth is there's only three things that matter: who God is, who you are, and the name of God. Anything outside of that, it don't even matter. So if you
You just
understand
reminded
that,
me of something that you said, man. You said a few minutes ago that everybody knows that God exists, and people like me try to prove that God don't exist. So we don't focus on that. We just tell y'all to prove that it is. Well, that's not because we can't do it. That's just because that's the rule. Like that's the only way you can prove anything. You don't disprove things and know that things are true. You prove them. That's why when you go to court, you're innocent until proven guilty. You don't have to prove your innocence. It's assumed that you're innocent. They have to prove that you're guilty. So if I say that I got dreads in my head, I don't know if y'all can see it on YouTube, but I got a bunch of dreads in my head. If I say the number of dreads in my head is an even number, even though I haven't counted them, I'm telling you it's an even number. And you say, well, I don't know if that's true or not because you haven't counted them and I haven't counted them. You just saying that. But I'm telling you, I'm making a positive claim that this is the even number. If you're smart, you wouldn't believe me because we haven't verified this. But just because you're not believing it doesn't mean that you're saying that it's an odd number. You're saying prove what you're saying. So an atheist doesn't have to disprove God. You don't have to disprove that my dreads are not an even number of dreads in my head. I have to prove what I said because I'm the one who made the claim. So I don't know anybody that's born knowing a God exists. You have to be taught this stuff. And once you get taught this stuff, then I say, where's this God? Show me. Because what we as a people have forgotten to do is ask our parents and ask the preacher, how the fuck do you know that? Because I'm assuming that that's where you got taught, either from your family or from some church member, or somebody close to you taught you about this God.
No, that's not true.
God didn't come to you a damn thing. God didn't come to you a damn thing. And if he
you see what I'm saying? So that's the thing. My doctrine.
So how did you come to know God?
My doctrine comes from God, brother.
How did you come to know God?
I went through the trials and tribulations that God had me go through.
So you went through a bunch of stuff and you just said, well, if I'm going through this stuff, it must be a God. Well, I went through some trials and tribulations too, and I don't believe in God.
I sought out God. I learned the fact that first off, I got the advantage because first off, there's a chosen people there's a chosen people. There's a chosen people that the Bible speaks of. So to be blessed enough to be able to get put into an environment.
Listen to what I'm asking you, bro. Listen to what I'm asking you, bro. I want to know about God's racism and his chosen people. I'm asking you a personal question. How did you find out about God?
Like I just said, I sought out God. I looked for God. What I was about to say, because I'm about to get ready to go. That's why I was trying to get this out before I got ready to go though. That like I sought out God and I had to go through a lot of trials and tribulations to even get to understand God completely. Like it took me actually to really seek God out. I had to really try to. Like if I didn't try to, then I would never have found God. That's just what it was. So it's not for everybody.
So
but I do appreciate that though for y'all having me on the show though.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem, man. Thanks for coming on, man. We don't want you to really leave, man. But we know you don't. We bought some.
Yeah, I gotta handle some other shit though. That's all. It ain't. Like I thought it was gonna be at 7:00. You said it was gonna be at 7:00.
Yeah, YouTube put us through some shit, bro. YouTube put us through a lot of recording shit. But man, I sure appreciate you coming on, man. We really don't want you to go because we're because you even told me in the earlier discussion today you're not a theist, but you're coming off as a theist, if that makes sense. That's why.
No. It's that this is the thing, right? I am a person who understands who the Most High God is. Like I said, my doctrine is of the Most High God. It's not of what everybody else is tapped into. So
can I ask you a question real quick? Can I ask you a question? What doctrine is that?
The doctrine of the Most High God.
Okay, so biblically, or is it something else? Or what?
Yeah, it's in alignment with the Bible for sure.
Why is it in line with the Bible when black people didn't write the Bible that you're reading from?
It's in alignment with everything that everybody who's tapped in with the Most High God has written since the beginning of time.
So you mean a bunch of these Europeans are in line with you about the Most High God?
No, it's definitely some Europeans, some Greeks, some Asians, some Africans, some Australians, some South Americans, North Americans.
What part is African about it? Because you, me, Kweli, Sheeta, We're all the same. We got the same little nose structure, the flat face.
That's not true, brother. You do not
But
have the
hold
same nose
on.
structure as me.
I'm
I see. I
slightly
see.
more
I see.
handsome, but that's neither here nor there.
Nah, brother.
Hey,
I'm literally
hey,
no.
it
Listen,
is
listen.
what it is, bro.
No,
But
hold on. I'm gonna be
go
no,
ahead.
hold on. I'm
Hey,
gonna be
Quinn,
100. I'm gonna be
let's see.
100. I do not look like an African, brother. I look like a fucking like a person from, like really. I look like I'm from the Middle East, to be honest with you.
Wait a minute.
Like it's just a
Time out.
concept.
Time out. Now we gotta have you back. So you're saying that looking like an African is bad? I look like an
No, bro,
African,
I didn't.
bro.
No, I didn't say it was bad.
You said
I didn't say you
you
didn't
just
look like an
said,
African. I didn't
Quinn,
say
what
you
did you
didn't look like.
say?
I said I don't look like an African. I didn't say
So
nothing was
you're
wrong with
Middle
looking like an
Eastern.
African.
So you're claiming that you're from the line of Shem. Is that what you're claiming?
No, I'm claiming that I'm from King John.
King John is a European, though. You know that, right?
No,
But he
King
does.
John is not a European. King John is me, man.
You're okay. So we're on. Like I said, we're on the line with a scholar. He teaches this shit. Kweli, I'm gonna let you have this one.
I'm crying, bro.
I can't tell the man what ethnicity is or what he looked like. I ain't seen him before. All I know is I knew your ass was light skinned when you said that shit about the
I'm crying.
goddamn male
You
and
sounded
female
your ass
shit.
a light skin. No, I'm actually not light skinned. I'm
No,
gonna be real.
no, mine. Hold on,
I'm
mine.
gonna be real though.
From your
Like, no,
PTR,
no, look,
bro.
look. If you look at the
Hold on,
ancient,
mine.
if you look,
Mine.
at, no, look. If you look at the ancient Sumerians, right? They got like dread like braid like then they got the beards and shit, they got the big noses and shit, like they look just like my people, what I'm saying. Then you got people that look like Africans, that like you got people that look like Egyptians, they got smoother faces, they got skinnier noses and shit like that, they got different eye structures and shit, so
Okay,
you can
so
see
with the
different people,
Egyptians,
like different
with the
people.
Egyptian,
Everybody's not Egyptian, everybody's not African, everybody don't
nobody's
have to be
claiming.
that shit, because
Nobody's
black
claiming.
people. Black, hold on. Did you know that the Greeks, the motherfucking Macedonians, the motherfucking Persians, the motherfucking, you got all these people, they were black people. They were not fucking white people. They just end up like they got mixed in like over time with
Yeah,
different colors and
they
shit.
was
Just
olive
like every
skinned
other
people. Yeah,
nation. Like bro,
I
we been
agree.
did that shit. You
Yeah, they
said
was
what?
olive skin. They was olive skinned people, but they was of the J2 marker, which they had the
You
stringy
still missing what I'm
hair.
saying, brother.
I
They no,
understand.
you missing it.
No. Hold on, man. No, you're missing what I'm about to say to you.
Man.
Yeah, they was a part of the J2 markers. They did not have our DNA. They was a subset of the haplogroups. They were not white people. They were not black people. They wasn't what was. Look at our skin. Our skin is thin. Now you take one of those people and pinch their skin. Their skin is thicker. That's why they can take tattoos better than we can. See what I'm saying? So our skin type is different. The skin maps is different. Yeah, man. That's what I say. You got to do more research outside of that book, bro. Because I'm like, bro, the Greeks were olive skinned people. They were not black people. They
Bro,
were
I'm gonna
olive
go. Look,
skinned.
I'm gonna go ahead and tap out, but bro, you can't keep saying I gotta do my research, bro, on certain shit that I already did my research on. That's the reason why
Mine.
I know
I'm not
that the
mine.
original
Don't
people of
take
all these
mine.
different
Mine. We're the
civilizations
same age.
they were
We
dark complexioned
time
people,
out
bro.
mine. Time out
They were
mine.
highly melanated people. So I'm not
Mine.
about to argue with you
Mine.
about that.
Mine. I'm
All
not.
black
I'm not.
people are not just Africans, bro.
Mine. I agree with you. Just because you dark skin don't make you African. You're right.
Exactly. That's
You're
the point.
right. But that's what you're claiming though. You know what I'm saying?
No, bro, what did you talk about? How am I claiming that?
Quayle, did I hear it wrong when he said,
I think y'all going off on a tangent. That's neither here nor there. I think
Right,
y'all
bro.
going off on a tangent. That's neither here nor there. You know what I'm
It's
saying? But I
not.
want to say before we close out, before we get out of here, I wanna say some mind made. The positive thing I can say, you're a smart brother. You know what I'm saying? I like your overall personality. You know what I'm saying? You seem like you got a good head on your shoulders. But the negative I got to say is I was promised the best evidence for God, and I got to say I don't think
I'm
I got
crying.
that today.
Hey, listen, I'm crying. I knew that like when you present the evidence that they not gonna want it, bro, because that's what they said. Look,
"Mine,
I'm
you know
probably
I'm an atheist. You know I'm an
look, no,
atheist
no,
motherfucking
listen
house."
though. You know what's the funniest shit in the world? Look, so this is what happened, right? Somebody was like, it was this dude that was like he was blind and shit, and like God, it was a Sabbath day, and God put it on Jesus, like always, come across his man path. And so he ended up healing this man, put some clay. He took some dirt, spit on it, put it on his man's eyes, told him to go rinse it off at the lake, at the river and shit, and had him come after that, tell him to wash it off, and then the man could see. And then the Pharisees and Sadducees and them and shit was like trying to figure out what happened, how he got healed. And they told Jesus, like, I mean, they didn't tell Jesus shit. They was trying to get him to tell on Jesus, like, hey, like,
can you mind? Listen, bro. And I've been asking you this question.
Hold on. Let me just end it like this. He after that, this is what they did though. After they asked him what happened, he was like, yeah, he put some clay on my eyes and he healed me, and you know I can see again. And so after they like, okay, we go try to figure this out. And so they went to go ask his mama, was he born blind or not? And his mom was like, you know, yeah, he was born blind and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And they was trying to be like, you know, who healed him, but they didn't want to say Jesus. So he was like, ask my son, he old enough to tell you. So they went back to ask him again. And so he said, okay, how did he heal you? And then the dude said this to him. And this is all I want to say to y'all. He said this. He said, I already told you the truth and you did not want to take it. So how if I tell you again, will you take it? You do not want the truth. The truth is not in you. You do not want it. So you neglect it.
Okay, so you're talking about a Bible verse, right?
That wasn't verbatim, but yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about a Bible verse, man. Kweli, you want to ask him anything? Cause
no, I'm just talking in general though.
I don't got no more questions. I got some suggestions. You know what I'm saying? The brother that we had playing, his name is Dr. Ray Hagins. I recommend that you listen to a lot of his sermons. He was an ex-Christian. He knows a lot about the Bible. You know what I mean? He probably can recite the whole damn book verbatim. But all that stuff, like the verses that you was just talking about, you got to understand that, first of all, these books wasn't written overnight. It ain't like James Patterson just write a book and put it out. This shit took centuries, like millennia, actually, thousands of years. So these people had time and generations to get their story down packed, so they know this shit not working. We got to change this. This shit not working. You know what? We ain't gonna put this book in. You know what? We're gonna add this book. We ain't gonna put that. You know, we're gonna say that if you don't believe this, you don't want the truth. Yeah, that's what we're gonna say. Yeah, that sounds good. So like that stuff not very convincing to somebody who, like I said, when you know when these books was written and who wrote them. But it looked like we got a caller, so let's
we got a caller. Hey,
area code 202.
Yeah, welcome to
area code 202. You on the line? What's up?
I'm sorry, man. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
Outside the queue, man, and the brother Kwame said something so crazy I had to call it, and I have to ask this question. Peace to you guys, first and foremost. But this brother Kwame just said our skin is thinner. Can you please delve into that information and show me how you arrived at that point and the sources? Show me that corroborates what you just said, please.
You said, how can I do something in the senses? Like, what are you talking about? Like, because you kind of sound like far away.
You just said, I'm sorry. You just said that our skin is thinner. So can you please delve into that a little bit more and also provide the sources that corroborate the thing that you just said?
Man, to be real with you, I got 3 tattoos, right? And I was sitting on a table next to a white guy. And a white guy, this is, like I said, I know it's gonna sound Christian-y, but my skin was bleeding more than a white guy's skin because his skin is actually thicker than mine. That's why they can take tattoos better than black people. My skin is actually thinner than a white person. That's why I have more melanin. Even though that the European skin is thicker, they cannot take the sun rays. You see what I'm saying? That's why they have skin cancer.
No, I don't see what you're saying. No, I don't.
That's the thing. Like, because the tattoo artist told me, he said, damn, y'all skin is so, like, this Mexican dude was like, y'all skin is so thin. But they didn't say it to the white boy, though. You see what I'm saying? He said, the Mexican dude told me, hey, y'all.
No, I don't see what you're saying.
No, I'm just telling you what I went through as getting a tattoo. He said, y'all skin is so thin. But see, the white people's skin is so thick. Their skin is actually thicker, but they don't have the pigmentation to actually absorb the sunlight and not be sunburned. You feel me?
So no, actually, I don't feel you. So what you're telling me is before you decided to go actually research something, you said it because the tattoo artist told you this. Am I correct?
That's what I'm saying. And also, we don't get. Hold on, check this out. We don't get sunburned.
Whoa, brother.
Hold on, I'm just saying we don't get sunburned. White people get sunburned, but black people don't. We have more melanin than.
Brother, please don't panic. Don't panic.
All right. It's whatever, brother.
Brother, I'm only asking a question. So, are you telling me that you decided to take the word of a tattoo artist before you decided to actually go and research what you just disseminated to 21 people watching here? Am I correct?
I'm just saying that with our skin being so thin, we cannot take tattoos. The pain is actually worse when it comes to us versus them. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm going to ask you one more time. And this time, can I please, and I'm begging you, can I get an answer?
Okay. You want to know the truth? Yes, I didn't do the research, but it made more sense. It made more sense to us because if the white boy next to me is taking a tattoo and not saying "ouch, ouch" like I was, you know what I'm saying? He was like, "Damn, y'all skin is so thin. Why the hell why you jumping so much when you getting this tattoo?" And I got 3 of them.
Okay. So now I have to ask you this question because I appreciate the channel and I love this channel because we need more, especially Black Atheist channel. And I appreciate this channel, but y'all know when I come with it. And even though I'm on y'all same side, I still come with it when I hear misinformation and or disinformation. So what was it that caused you to not research what was told to you? What was it?
Oh,
I have a follow-up, by the way.
Okay, 202. So it didn't discause me to not do research because I did.
Now this cube. Hey, this cube, brother, this cube. Hey, hold on, this cube. Remember?
This cube. Oh, bro, why are you playing devil's advocate, bro? Why the hell are you playing devil's advocate?
No, bro. No, listen, I'm not playing devil's advocate. I'm telling
you is playing devil's advocate, bro.
No, brother. I'm showing you what you said was incorrect, and you also said that you didn't even do the research on it. But
he do that.
And every time, every
time he calling, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't realize the 202. I said, look.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to interject. Time we was on this.
Go ahead. Hold
on, Q. I hate to do it to you, man, but I got to do it because you calling up. You always attacking my co-host. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I like the intellectual sparring and stuff. But I said before that's neither here nor there. We talking about what's the best evidence for God. So if you got it out for Kwame and you want to go head to head with him every time he say something that don't make sense to you, you got to take that up with him on a show that's got to pertain to that topic. You know what I mean? Because we talk about the best evidence for God, not whether or not he did his research on something that's utterly trivial in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So if you can get back on topic, I would like to talk about something pertaining to God.
And you know what? Another Q, man. I didn't know it was you. I realized now. I said that 202 looks familiar, but now I know this you, bro. Like I said, I didn't know anything about this skin thing until the Mexican dude told me. He said, "God damn, y'all skin is so thin, y'all can't take shit." When he told me that, but then the white boy over there just like, he just getting buzzed up and shit. And I found out from a tattoo artist that in Austin, Texas, he said, "Yeah, our skin is thicker." He said that's why we can take damn near ink better than black people. Like that's why they had to keep going over us. Like with the one on my forearm, they had to go over it twice. They talking about my skin did not take the ink right. You know what I'm saying? But white people, they skin take the ink automatically. They had to go over my skin twice. And I wasn't even moving. I didn't bounce shit hurt, but I'm just like, I didn't like move or anything. So they had to go with my skin twice. But with the white boy, they didn't have to do it twice. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll just say this in closing, and the brother Kweli wants me to be on topic, which is really difficult for me to be on topic because the brother who you guys had on, he never really gave any evidence whatsoever, so I can't be on here to.
His evidence was Jesus.
Like that. Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. He gave nothing. I mean,
Right. I think
I fucking hate you, nigga. You know what? I fucking hate you, dude. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I fucking hate you.
Hey, listen, it's cool. Hey, it's cool, bro. It's cool.
No, I don't hate you, bro. I'm just saying, bro. You made, bro. He had the evidence of God, bro. But I'm fucking with you, Q. Go ahead, bro.
No, you good. But I was gonna say in closing because you probably want to stay on topic, and I can't stay on topic because of what the brother said. Nothing of it was profound. He never brought anything that made any sense. But I'll say this lastly. The same thing that you did, you believed this tattoo artist, and that's the same thing that this brother did. He believed the fake black Hebrew Israelite preachers or whatever the hell they are. He believed that. He believed the church or whatever he's into. He believed those things. And I'm trying to show you that we should not shun belief, as sometimes as atheists we try to do. We shouldn't shun belief, but a lot of times we also fall into these same false beliefs, albeit not all the time. These false beliefs that we believe in are not in God. So with that being said, thank you so much for the time. I enjoyed the show, man. But yeah, whenever you want to see me, you already know what it is. Peace, y'all.
Hey, Q.
Yeah.
I still want to do that debate about
Egyptians.
Can you defend your atheism? No. Can you defend your atheism?
Oh yeah, so
this Kweli.
Yeah, we can do that. Can you defend your agnosticism?
The one you was talking about on. Remember, you was on Garfield channel. You was talking about you asked the young brother like can he defend his atheism or something? And I said I'll take that debate, but then Garfield kicked me off.
Right.
So hey, if you still want to do it, yeah. But if you still want to do it, then you know what I'm saying, I'm up for it. I appreciate you tuning in, man.
Q, you play too motherfucking much, man.
Hey, hold on real quick. I vaguely remember that because I was talking to, I forget the dude's name, but when you say, can I defend my atheism, like, just give me the rundown real quick. We ain't got to take a lot of time. You can take like a minute. You can tell me.
I mean, I'm having a tough time remembering the verbiage myself, but I think you said something about the difference. I think the difference between the anti-theist and the atheist, or something along those lines. I might have to go back and look at the footage to you know what I'm saying, tell you exactly what it was.
Yeah, I think I remember what he was talking about.
Because it was a couple months ago.
Anti-theism.
Well, how about this?
Go ahead.
Real quick, so I can get off of here, and you can let somebody else come on. If it had anything to do with defending my atheism, then I would also want it to be to where you would also have to defend your atheism. I ain't gonna say I don't know.
No. It wasn't about you defending your atheism. You was asking if I could defend my atheism.
Oh, right. And see, you know what? Okay, now I remember. See, you can't defend your atheism because of the things that you believe in. That's why you can't defend it. So if you want to do that, we could definitely do that. Give me an email right now so I can email.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the chat. You should be able to see it.
But I did not know that was a real thing. I did not know this was a real thing. Atheists is asking them, can they defend their atheism? I did not know this was a real thing. Q, you a motherfucker, man.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, listen,
don't call in no more motherfucker. I'm playing.
No, listen, bro, let me say this to number bounce. After we beat up Christians all day and like theists all day, now it's time to sharpen our sword so we can get better. And that's all I attempt to do. I know sometimes it comes off a little bit differently, but I'm really just trying to sharpen you guys' sword as well as I'm trying to sharpen mine. So with that being said, go ahead and put the email and I'm going to bounce. Hey, good show, man. Appreciate you.
No, you can't leave unless God said you can leave.
So the way he was saying, you know what I'm saying, yeah, we can all be guilty of believing things without evidence. But the difference is, if I may, you know what I'm saying, go to my homie's defense. He said, before he said it, it's gonna sound Christian. He said that. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't saying like this is the absolute truth. He's saying like this is something that I believe and don't have a good reason to believe. He told you before he said it, this is a little bit Christian-y, but this is why I believe it. And then he came out and said, yeah, I didn't do the research.
Right. But see,
but Christians always, they just like to act like they they got the truth.
But see, he always debunked Christianity in his lives. He debunked Hebrew Israelite shit in his live. That's why I'm like, man, why are you coming to an atheist show trying to prove your God after you done debunked your God? That's why I asked him. I said, bro, you had Tazariak, General Yohana, Katazak even showed up, Hashar showed up, Danya Allah showed up, and he had all them niggas running. Bro, why are you trying to convince atheists that your God exists? Like, the dude Mind is smart because he got like if y'all follow Mind on Clubhouse, the dude Mind, I fucks with Mind.
Yes.
But the thing is, he's trying to get us.
You gotta hear what he said.
Exactly. Like, his shit don't make he don't talk like what he talk about on his shit. Like, on his shit, you don't hear that shit. Like, on our shit, like I'm gonna tell him, like I'm gonna text him, like, bro, you sound like a straight up Christian when you was on our shit, but the shit that when on your show, you don't sound like a Christian. I thought the nigga was an atheist. To be honest, I'm gonna yield my mic.
What the Mind dude was saying though, in his defense, I think he can battle like Hebrews and all that stuff, because to him it ain't a matter of does God exist. It's a matter of, do you got the right God? Are you following God correctly? So that's probably why he was beating him up. You know what I'm saying? Beating the Hebrew Israelite. It's easy to beat up a Hebrew Israelite. You know what I'm saying? They don't got no facts. But when you come on an atheist, we ain't talking about my religion versus your religion. We talking about your religion versus no religion. Now you got to come with some facts, because we ain't dealing with no holy books. We ain't dealing with no, well, my mama said, or I had this experience. You know what I'm saying? We talking about real facts. You know what I mean? So that's why when he said something about the Bible, I went straight to the verse. You know what I'm saying? I went straight to the verse and I read to make sure that he was saying what he said. It said. You know what I mean? So like, you can't just make up your own scripture. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit. And I still want everybody to go and read that. So including you, Mind Made.
Okay,
Genesis
so
chapter 1 verse 27, and tell me what that sounds like it's saying to you.
Oh, that's Q. Outside the cube, is that you, Q? Talking about this is what this nigga said. He said, I squared Kwame off already. Don't run Kweli at Kweli LOL. And he said, but Kwame came off like he had the truth, so I had to debunk it. Get your ass back up here while you talking shit in the comments, nigga. Get your bitch ass back up in here, motherfucker. Talking shit.
I think he just like fucking with you, man. I think he just like fucking with you.
Yeah, I know, bro. Like,
I think he just like getting your goat, as they say.
Yeah, Cube always like to talk shit, bro. Like, bro, I had a good show, even though I had to run real quick to go get something. But man, Kweli, man, you are a beast when it comes to this knowledge, man. I'm not riding dick or anything, no homo or nothing like that. But you are a beast, and that's why Tazariak and none of these motherfuckers I got in contact with would not come on your show. I was surprised that I gave Mind your YouTube channel. He watched the shit. Mm-hmm. He still was able to come on and still did not do nothing. Bro, these niggas don't want nothing, bro. Even though, like I said, I'm not. This is no attack or no insult. You a B-list celebrity, but motherfuckers won't come fuck with you though. That's the thing. Like Garfield, they A-list, Jabari, they all A-list and shit. People come fuck with them, but they won't fuck with you though. They know where you come from. Like, especially when you did your Christianity video, that shut shit down. That's what made me an atheist, because I watched your shit. I was like, look, let me tell the people something that's listening to our YouTube channel right now. I was on the fence of Christianity and Gnosticism. The reason why I became an atheist is not because I'm friends with Kweli, but because I watched his videos. His videos was way more in depth than anything I could have got from anybody else. That's why I asked the brother, can I partner up with you? Can we do a YouTube channel together? Because I became an atheist because of Kweli Kush. People don't look at these guys that actually do not subpar research, but research under the microscope. You see what I'm saying? So y'all know Garfield, y'all know Shaka Amos, y'all know Jabari. Don't nobody know about Kweli Kush, but until they come across his videos. Once you come across Kweli Kush videos, you'll be like, wait a minute. This makes more sense, because Kweli Kush gonna go into great detail. I know I did some debates, And I know when I did my debates, I stumbled over my words a lot or whatever, but that's cool. But the thing is, a lot of motherfuckers know. Cesario know about Kweli Kush. Katazak know about Kweli Kush. General Johanna know about Kweli Kush. They will not show up. And I haven't told the brother, hey, come on to our show. Come to the Atheist Church. They say, yeah, give us. I got their phone numbers, but they will not show up. You know why? Because Kweli Kush gonna go into detail on their shit. Lot of. See what I'm saying?
On that note, man, I want to thank everybody that do have the guts to call in and shit. Because when I did first start my YouTube channel, a lot of people don't know, but my very first YouTube video went viral, got millions of views, and I was getting comments all day, every day. So I'm on my cell phone. I get the notifications when I get a comment on YouTube, and I was just arguing with Christians back and forth. I'm talking about back and forth. So I'm like, okay, when I start these live streams, people gonna be wanting to join in, man. I started live stream, it's all crickets. I'm like, where are these million motherfuckers that's talking shit in the comments? Where y'all at? So shout out to everybody who do call in and do got the guts to show your show. You don't even have to show your face if you don't want to, but to be heard, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't scared. Because there's a million motherfuckers out here talking shit in the comments that will not call this show. So I appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't take it as no, you know what I'm saying, nut ride or whatever, because I honestly don't look at myself as a genius or nothing. I just think I'm smarter than the average motherfucker. But I learn from other people too. You know what I mean? So I learned from watching motherfuckers on N.E.W channel, watching the Atheist Experience, Christopher Hitchens, who else? Dr. Ben. Like a lot of different people that I try to get all the different perspectives and come to my own conclusion based on those perspectives. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I encourage everybody else to do. And I like to have the conversations so we can bounce ideas back and forth, because you never know when you might be wrong about some shit. And if somebody can come on here and prove me wrong, I won't get mad like most people. You know, he keep proving me wrong. No, I get glad because I don't like to be wrong. So once you prove me wrong, I'm not wrong no more. So thank you. Appreciate it. It don't happen that much, but I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, man, we didn't get to finish playing the whole sermon, so I'm gonna play the rest of that video for those of y'all who might want to see it. And call me if you got any closing remarks.
Yeah, man. Fuck all the motherfuckers that talking about that I was stumbling on my words. Yes, I was stumbling during the exact debate, but y'all could not disagree with my information though. So fuck you motherfuckers that was hating on me during that Christian debate. Fuck you motherfuckers. I just had to say that, bro. You're not gonna lose no subscribers, but I'm just saying I gotta say something. I ain't gonna lie, I did go through, bro. Look, I shouldn't have read the shit while I was a little buzzed, but it is what it is. But they did not discredit my information. But thank y'all for coming out to the Atheist Church, man. It's me and Kweli, man. It's Kweli and Kwame. When we doing the most good, man. We trying to wake our people up, man. I want to say peace and blessings to y'all, man. Y'all be safe out there, man. Go make love, not war, bro. And I'm out, man. Peace.
Peace, man. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate you, Kwame. And I want to remind everybody that this is an audio podcast as well as YouTube channel. You can get us on youtube.com/Kweli Kush. Search for the Atheist Church Live Podcast. And we can use some of y'all support too. You know, we don't too much ask for donations and stuff, but it costs money to produce this stuff, and it take time as well. So, you know, time is money. So if you appreciate it and you ever learn anything from this channel, send a little cash out dollar or something to Brother Kwame at $Hemi Muscle 392, or you can send something to Kweli Kush at dollar subscription box, and you see all the links down there. And if you want to get some recommendations for some books, we got those down there too, because knowledge is power, people, not belief. Remember that.